we've got a game here that's, I think, on paper a pick 'em because they're the one with a great record. Piper's been kind of up and down, but the districts were so diversely different.
I agree. You know, across the state, whether it's 6A, 5A, all the way down to 1A, you wouldn't pick a 4th seed versus a 1 seed. But in this game, I think strength of schedule's got to play into it, and you know, it's just going to be a game that Piper, in my opinion, should win. But you know, don't tell Jay that. They're 9-1, and they're the district champs, and they're on their home field. So this looks to be a great game.
It looks like that Jay won the toss and deferred, so they'll kick off to Piper here to start the game. So we'll see Piper's offense first after the kickoff. Jay with their white pants and blue tops, with white helmets with their decal. Piper with white pants and a white top with gold, and I believe that's blue striping.
You know, we've been a bunch of games together. Look at the flags. There's no wind tonight. This is going to be a really perfect night for throwing the football.
Kickoff is a deep one, fielded at the goal line. Lancaster brings it out, but coverage good by Jay. He only gets to about the 15, and that's where the Warriors will start 1st and 10.
We'll see who's the starting quarterback. It looks like number 1, Gaitan. They've had some issues with him being injured, and he's their starter. He's the one that they're going to give the ball to here in the playoffs. 11th game of the year. Let's see how this game shapes up for him.
Gaitan has 1,142 yards passing. Lyons, who started the game, has 1,662. So it's a 3-by-1 set with Hopper. Brady Hopper, the lone setback to Gaitan. Well, he's right behind Gaitan now. 1st and 10, it's a pass. Gaitan looks across the middle. It's Lacombe, the sophomore receiver, makes a nice running catch on a little just up and in.
Yeah, well, you know, we saw the game where he had the bigger cast on his arm, and certainly he wasn't going to play well. He caught a big deep ball, you know, early game here. They usually don't use him over the middle, and they sent him in there where the bad kids are, and he made a great catch just there for a 1st down.
2-by-1 with motion by the 1. And then it's a double reverse, flea flicker, and somebody's open down the middle of the field. That's Grindstaff, and there's a touchdown. From the 10, the 5, and into the end zone. That is the senior, Andrew Grindstaff, with his 5th touchdown of the year.
That's the first time they've run that trick play this year, and
that we've seen, yes.
As we were surprised, so was Jay's defense. I think for just a split second they all stood and said, where is that football? What are we supposed to do? And that's how the receiver was wide open. That's when I said, oh, no, I could tell.
So they had 2-by-1 down, 2 down here, 1 there. The 1 was in motion. He got the first reverse or jet sweep. Then Lacombe, the sophomore, took it. They're going to go for 2 here to start. Gaitan rolls out, then he throws back across the middle, and it's
they brought in number 2.
Oh, they did.
For the
Lacombe.
2-point conversion.
Yeah,
he's done that a lot this year.
Yeah, Tyler Lacombe. He's a senior as well. He's the middle linebacker on defense, but he came in to make the pass. That ball looked like it was either tipped or just not thrown as well as he wanted to.
Yeah, I don't think he got a good grip on it from the shotgun snap, but. That's a big start for the Warriors here in this playoff game.
But why don't you kick?
Don't know.
Logan Lopez has only missed 1 or 2 all year.
It would have been a great idea if they would have gotten it.
Yeah,
but now that they didn't get it,
then
the experts like you and me go, why they should have kicked it.
Well, so now Piper will kick off.
What an explosive start! They had similar. Game against Bernie Champion where 2 scores happened within the first minute and a half of the game. So Piper getting that thing going early. We got less than a minute off the clock. Yeah, crazy.
In the Champion game now, this kick was returned for a touchdown, though, I believe.
Yes.
So that game was just way too much.
One of Jay's returners has 3 touchdowns for the year. Let's see what happens here.
Kickoff will sail to the goal line where it'll be brought out. Bringing it near side. Defense is there in a hurry. And that is no bueno, as the returner barely got to the 10-yard line. That's Miles Gutierrez, a sophomore.
Yes, he's
who
the
plays
one that,
receiver.
Yeah, he does have. No, that's Oliver. The other guy.
The
back there
tailback is the one that has all the returns. So they'll start actually at the 8-yard line, they say.
Great field position for the Warrior defense to go out there for their first series. They come out in their traditional 3-4 against this spread offense.
So they've got single coverage here with a safety over the top. And looks like they got 3 receivers out there, and they're putting 4 defenders. They're going to throw a receiver screen and a great tackle right off the bat.
Number 5.
Well, that's Carter Norsworthy, the linebacker, who was out there.
He was out on one of the wideouts, but he just destroyed the blocker and was there about the time the catch was made. So it should have looked like it was a throw for a loss, but they gained 1 yard on that.
So Rice is out there. Spencer's out there. Now they go 3 on this side with King. Rice is over here now, and then Oling, the corner. This time they run it up the middle. That's Oliver. He gets a couple of yards falling forward, maybe 3 to the 12. So that'll bring up a 3rd and 6 as the defense remains tight.
Yeah, we commented, watching them on film a little bit and looking at their stats. They're pretty balanced run and throw, in the number of attempts. Now, when you say, yards per completion or yards per total number of throws, it's a little different. But they do run the football for a spread team.
Check the sideline. It looked like they made an adjustment of the play. So the quarterback was Tajari Wellington. He's a senior, 69% passing for 891 yards, 8 touchdowns, no interceptions. And there was almost an interception as they looked for Gutierrez on a skinny post. Looked like that was Ginnelly that had a chance as the ball kind of floated inside of the receiver and short.
Not a badly thrown ball, but the coverage was there, so that was going to be difficult for him.
Kind of a high and low coverage.
And low. Yes, sir.
So Jay will have to punt, and their punt team comes out from the opposite side of the bench that the starters went in. Kind of a different way to do that.
Yeah,
but
that was unique, where the field was empty there for a while. Leave the offense out there and let them.
So there are no offensive linemen on the offensive line of this. The punter is Victor Baldwin. Gets off a decent kick, and it will get a Piper bounce, and it will be in Jay territory somewhere near the 35-yard line. Well, they'll start 1st and 10. So good field position after an early touchdown. We've played 2 minutes and 15 seconds. And this is the Warrior Network streaming for you on the NFHS Network. So we'll keep it here, even though we gave you that beautiful streaming announcement.
You did that really well.
Yes.
You did that really well.
So Piper 1st and 10 from the 35, 2-by-2 receivers. Hopper the back, right behind Gaitan. Isaiah Gaitan, a senior, fakes it to Hopper, has a man in the middle, and he overthrows him. I think that was Lancaster. It was, and he was open for a touchdown if he gets the ball down a little bit.
Well, it's the Bill Walsh influence that influenced every offensive coach. You have what's called the first 10 plays, and they were only the 3rd one, so they're still pretty excited about what they're trying to do and see Jay's adjustments.
So two backs beside him. This is Hopper coming right, cuts back up and ends up getting about 5, maybe 4. So it'll be 3rd down and 6 for the Warriors at the 31-yard line. Their defense, their linebackers have the majority of the tackles, and that's Valderas, Jackson, and Flores. They run basically on paper a 4-4-3.
Yeah, Jay made an adjustment there. They took a D lineman off the field when they saw Jay in this bunch formation. So
here's a little H-back reverse. That is Lancaster, and he gets a good 1st down run inside the 20. So the 25 was the yard to make, and he gets up to, I think they're going to spot him at the 18.
Number 79. Muchagamba had a great block there on the edge.
Yeah.
It's probably borderline holding, but it's not called, so great block.
It's not holding if it's not called, right?
Not called.
So again, a two-back set. That's Lancaster. He fakes it to him. Now he rolls out, gives it to Hopper on a short little pitch, and he's got a good gain of almost, well, we say 7 yards up to the 11, so it'll be 2nd down and 3.
Warriors so far have done it, they're not putting Gaitan in a situation where he has to hold the ball a long time, and they're not giving Jay a chance to put any pressure on him. He's getting rid of it quick.
3-by-1 receivers. Lacombe, I should say, down here by himself.
Looks like double coverage on him on the single side over here to this short side of the field.
Hopper up the middle. He's got a chance.
Touchdown.
He's into the end zone. Great job by Brady Hopper. That's his 8th touchdown of the year. As he nears the 600-yard mark for the year.
Yeah, they did the classic spread offense. They counted people. You need 4 people to cover our 3 over here, and you need 2 people to cover our good receiver over here. Well, then you don't have enough in the inside to stop the run.
So that leaves them only 6 in the middle
Right.
of the field, and that's a problem.
Yes.
They'll kick this one, it looks like. No. But
1 for 2
Gaitan
now.
is the quarterback this time. Hopper behind him. We run that bunch set. It's a 2-by-2, but everybody's tight. Gaitan pitches it late to Hopper. He angles to the corner and gets in. So it's 14-0. We are 4 minutes into the first quarter here, as this is the Warrior Network streaming for you on the NFHS Network.
You're already flying, heaven's on the horizon, sun through the windshield is shining, painting everything gold. Life is all about timing, love is wild and blinding, every road is winding, so let the good times roll.
Back at Northside Stadium, Jay down 14-0 as the Piper Warriors have come in here and had 2 drives. One was that 1 play or 2 plays?
2 plays.
2
yes.
plays, and then this one was about 4 or 5 plays and a 2-point conversion. So 14-0 as we played 4 minutes and 1 second. And that is Logan Lopez kicking off into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback.
I think his leg's getting loosened up now. He's trying to prove to the coaches that kicking an extra point's okay.
Yeah.
He's got several of them, a bunch of them this year, so he'll be fine.
You and I will probably, if we thought about it, they saw something on film that they said 2-point conversions, and it would have worked if his pass would have been there.
Certainly, and that if you are planning, and which they always do, plan on going on to the next level in playoffs, it puts extra pressure on the defensive coordinator. This is another thing for a good offense that we have to prepare for, is their 2-point schemes.
All right, Tajari Wellington, the quarterback, hands it to Oliver, bounces outside. He's got some speed and gets first down run on first down out to the 36-yard lines. Well, they'll mark him. He's had 120 carries for 753 yards, 8 touchdowns, but he's had 4 games of 100-plus yards, so that means he's very capable. The sophomore, Brennan Oliver.
And statistics like that will keep you kind of honest as a play caller. We need to give this kid the ball. I know we like to throw it, but we need to give this kid a chance to have another 100-yard game, because that does so much for your defense in terms of controlling the clock. Oh, what a catch and move.
Another
afterwards.
great catch. This one by Danny Orozco, the junior receiver, his 11th catch of the year. This one just shy of a first down, so it's a 9-yard gain. Coverage by Oling.
Yeah, when you look at their season statistics, he's the guy that you would single cover or not try to emphasize. But man, what a catch and run after the catch on that one, almost a first down.
Hand off, and right there, though, is two defenders. One of them is Utah Strawn, a backup linebacker. The other, let's see down at the bottom of that pile, that looked like Norsworthy.
Yeah, and I think Michael Buss is in on that play, too.
Yeah.
That was a good job. I think they moved the whole D-line on that one. It looked like they faked the blitz with the outside backer and then just moved the three front guys into new gaps. So that created a mismatch. Jay needs to get this first down to keep Piper off the floor for a while.
Yeah. So they'll check the sideline. 2-by-2 receivers. Wellington looks like he's going to run a cornerback sneak, and he does. And he's got plenty. Up to the 49 as he kind of busted through the initial set and gets about, 6 yards.
Yeah, those tricky offensive guys. He's been walking up and telling the offensive line what to do and then running back and getting in the shotgun. That time he just stayed there, and about the time Piper said, we ought to do, boom, they snapped it.
Right.
So that's a good job to get the first down.
He's in good condition because he's running to the sideline every play to get the coach's signal, his sign, or the play, I should say. 3-by-1 receivers to the near side. Oliver beside him. Takes the handoff going right, gets hit low and stopped, and that's Norsworthy again, and that's a loss of a yard as the defense continues to play well here for Piper's Warriors.
Everybody knows how well a quarterback throws or receiver catches, but to see an outside linebacker who has pass responsibilities and then really that inside gap, the gap inside an offensive tackle, that's his responsibility, and that young man played that really well for a tackle for loss.
Team high tackles for loss. That's his 11th of the season. 2nd and 11. Lacombe is blitzing from linebacker. They got some pressure. Wellington lets it go. It's short. Ginnelly had a chance for a pick and lets it go through his hands.
Good pressure by the front four. They brought one backer.
They brought Lacombe.
Yeah, they brought Lacombe. That's right. So the good pressure and then the almost interception. That's the second time. I wouldn't be surprised if Piper doesn't get one off of a guy who hasn't thrown an interception yet this year. 3rd and 11. Let's see what kind of play they've got against a really good defense.
So Lacombe comes out, and they brought another defensive back on the field, it looks like, or a different lineman as well. Now a 3-man rush. It's a screen. That is Gutierrez, and he's buried for a loss. Spencer was first there, but a whole bunch of Warriors were there as well.
Yeah, that's a inside screen, tunnel screen, caught on the outside, but everybody's blocking to run the ball back way to the middle of the field.
Right.
But they disguise that with a screen look to the wide receiver. So you start playing outside to cover that screen, and then here comes the inside. Well played by the Piper Warrior defense there.
So Jay will punt. Their punter again, Victor Baldwin. The senior has a bad snap, gets it off, but it gets a good bounce, and Grindstaff didn't want to touch it, so it goes to the 10, and that's where they'll down it. That's one of those you're saying, well, be careful, because that one's spinning sideways and backwards and upside down. And
it's a very unique punt team formation they use. Their punter's only 10 yards deep, so I'm sure Piper's going to play for the block, even though they've got great return men, because a block punt is devastating in a playoff game.
Right. So here comes the Piper offense. They've scored on both possessions. Gaitan at the quarterback, Hopper behind him. 3-by-1 receiver set with 3 to the field side. Gaitan claps and then looks to the sideline. I don't think they're
a rare defensive look here. You see one high safety. That's very uncommon around here in the San Antonio area.
Yeah. So Hopper comes out of the backfield, and he's going to hit him on the run on the near sideline. He's got some speed, one man to beat. The only guy there finally wrestles him down after about 15 more yards, and that's the backup free safety, Miles Gutierrez, who's the wide receiver on offense.
Yeah, you'll notice.
Hopper went right into his chest, too.
Yeah, we'll notice through the game that Jay is playing a lot of their skill kids, their offensive skill kids on defense, and some of their defenders come in and play receiver. So that'll be something that Piper takes advantage of. Right now, it looks like they need a timeout to kind of regroup probably pretty tired.
So Jay's going to take a timeout. We'll take it with him. This is the Warrior Network streaming for you on the NFHS Network.
This game is brought to you by your Texas Ford dealers. Ford is the best in Texas. This game.
We're back at Northside Stadium where Piper has a 1st and 10 from the J46-yard line. 2 receivers far side, 1 to the near and a H-back on the left tackle. Handoff Hopper. Has some space initially and then makes his way for about 3 yards to the 43 before he's pushed back by a whole host of J players, including big 99. That's Waldarius Cook, a sophomore.
Yeah, this is Piper's 3rd series to have the ball. And of course, they haven't punted yet because they've got 2 scores, but they're definitely being very aggressive with their play calling and formations.
Again, 2 receivers and the H-back off the right tackle, and then a single receiver, which is Lancaster on the far side. Gaitan fakes the handoff to Hopper. No real pressure. Throws a back shoulder pass that I think got picked off.
Yeah, they got a little tricky on themselves. They didn't have to do that double look yet. So
that's Wallace Wellington, the junior, the younger brother of the quarterback.
Yeah. He plays some receiver too. So
yes,
seeing him come down with that interception is not a surprise. He made a great play on that. Those back shoulder throws are difficult to defend, and he did a really good job. And this is going to give Jay an extra, what do they call that? Possession. An extra possession now that they got one off the turnover.
So the ball's at the 20 where they'll start 1st and 10. Game clock's at 2:57 of the first. It's 14-0 Piper. They come out of the huddle with the play clock going under 10. 2 receivers near side, 1 to the far. Wellington to Oliver. Nothing there. A pile or a bunch of white jerseys are there.
Yeah, they've had 2 running plays to the perimeter that were successful, but if they're going to try to run between the tackles, it doesn't look like they have the advantage. Piper's defense there with those 3 down linemen taking care of the inside gaps and the linebackers being very active. I just don't see them being successful running it in there, so they're going to have to try something different.
Strawn and Springer, 2 main guys there, along with a couple of linemen. So 2nd and 10 on no gain. They fake it to Oliver. He wants to throw, does Wellington, down the middle of the field. Good job of cutting him off by Rice. And the pass goes incomplete. The receiver is Drew Skelton, a sophomore, who hasn't had a catch in 10 previous games, but he's out there running routes.
For you fans of defense, Piper comes as a 3-4 team, but right now they're running a 3-3 with 2 deep safeties. So one of their linebackers either comes out of the game or one of their linebackers becomes that extra safety. So on passing downs, they've got 5 defensive backs to cover the field well.
Incomplete pass stops the clock at 2:13 in the first. Wellington rolls to his left. He's going to throw it to his left. That is Gutierrez, and he's got a completion on the run. 1 man to catch him. Ginnelly's chasing, and he doesn't get him, so Jay's got a touchdown on the board on a pass that covers 80 yards from Wellington to Gutierrez.
Then I was just bragging about their 3 safeties, or then they went to a man coverage look with 1 high safety, and number 10 Gutierrez, their leading receiver, was able to beat his cover man. He's been the 3rd guy, 1 being the one farthest out and 2 the next one, so he's been the one closest to the quarterback, and traditionally that's a linebacker covering him, so maybe he just outran a linebacker. Great throw and catch, And it looks like they're going to go for 2 points. No, they bring an extra point team in late like that.
Yeah. The safety was chasing late, but I didn't see the number of who was on him initially.
Yeah, he was the lone free safety, didn't have a designated cover guy, but he was not able to catch him down the sideline.
Their kicker is Irvin Roses. The senior puts it up from the left hatch and through. So 14-7 with 1:57 left in the first quarter on the Warriors Network. We're back at Northside Stadium, 10-7 now, as Jay puts together an 80-yard touchdown pass. Wellington to Gutierrez, and now they'll have to kick off for the second time. It's an onside kick.
He hit it too hard, though. This is going to be a big return.
Well, out to the 35. Not real sure that was executed the way it was supposed to be.
I have to, I've been a kicking coach a long time, but I'm going to have to throw him under the bus. He kicked it too hard. That's a really good surprise onside kick.
You just tap it so that you hope it goes 10 yards.
And once it hits that 10-yard mark, most of your players are blocking somebody that can't receive it. So that's the way you pick that up, but he just hit it too hard. So Piper starts off with pretty good field position here for their fourth possession.
So 2x2 receivers from the 35, 1st and 10. Hopper behind him. Gaitan fakes it to Hopper, has Grindstaff over the middle, but gets some pressure. Now he runs away from it, looking for someone to throw it to, and he throws it late across the middle, and it's not caught. I think that was Gates Brightman, one of the senior receivers, who was kind of behind him, and he couldn't adjust to get to it, so it's incomplete.
That's one of those throws you tell young quarterbacks, don't make that throw. You're running, right-handed quarterback running to his right. He has to really stop and throw across his body.
Right.
Doesn't get the momentum, the velocity on it that they always try to do, so that's a dangerous throw.
So incomplete makes it 2nd and 10 from the 35. 1:38, again, clock stopped on the incomplete pass. 2x2 receivers again. Empty backfield. He fakes. Oh, this is a run. Gaitan, who's going to slide near the first down marker, but too early, so he'll get spotted at the 43. And that's where they'll spot it. So it's 3rd and 2.
That looked like a running play.
It looked like it was designed to be just like that, and he's not a runner.
He's not a runner in the condition that he's in right now. So here they come. They get a lot of mileage out of this little formation right here.
Yeah, 2x2 with the receivers all tight. Hopper again, the lone setback behind Gaitan, the senior quarterback. 14 TDs, now 15 TDs, and 3 interceptions. Lancaster on a little reverse, and it gets stopped back to the line of scrimmage, so it's still now 4th and 2. I'm guessing Piper usually rolls the dice on something like this, don't they?
Well, I believe they bring in number 2 and number 80 here. They brought in their Wildcat quarterback, number 2.
So, yeah.
Lacombe.
So Tyler Lacombe, he had pretty good stats early in the season when he played after Gaitan went down. So 4th and 2 from the 43. They need to get to the 45. Lacombe looks to the sideline for any adjustments. And then we're going to call a timeout.
Yeah, I believe they're going to put the punt team on. It's one of those situations where it looks like they just look to see how Jay lined up. They may need that later in the game. So maybe they intended to punt all along. They just wanted to see how Jay lined up to their Wildcat formation. I mean, it's an empty backfield, but it's really not, because that's a running back there. So that's tough to defend, and they'll put, Piper will put that in their back pocket and say, we'll know what to do if we need that later.
So they use a timeout. So each team has used a timeout here in the opening quarter. 9 seconds left.
I said all that like I was really sure they were going to punt. It looked like all their offensive kids were the only ones that the coaches were talking to, so they may still be going on.
And they all came back out.
Right.
So be the final play of the first quarter more than likely.
Yeah, you can see it's an unbalanced, it's a three-man surface, which is something they don't use very often, so that gives Jay something. So there's a big hole right there outside of that three-man surface.
Lacombe wants to run it, but they're all over him. If he could.
Nope. He got it.
He might have got it.
What a play. What an individual effort.
The headlinesman saying he got it. The line judge from the other side is staying inside the line. Now he's coming to the line.
See where they put the ball down.
That's a first down. So it is a first down as Lacombe ran about 40 yards to get
to gain
two.
The two, right.
So their defensive line has broke through a couple of times. That is the final play of the first quarter. So there's timeout on the field. This is the Warrior Network streaming for you on the NFHS Network.
I've seen a lot of Texas out on the open road, from up in Amarillo down to San Antone. No matter where I travel, one thing remains the same. Everybody loves Ford here in the Lone Star State. Ford is the best in Texas.
Now the Warriors go right to left on your screen, and they have a 1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line after Tyler Lacombe scrambled and got it by the hair of his chinny chin chin.
Man, 14-7, and going for fourth down in your own territory. That's pretty gutsy.
Hopper up the middle, great blocking. He runs into the umpire as the defender finally comes over and touches him. That was a linebacker, Christopher Balderas, that finally hit him initially, but not until he had gone almost 10 yards when he ran into the umpire. Going fast again. Here he is, right up the middle again, another big hole. Caught about 6 yards deep this time, and that is the same guy, Christopher Balderas, one of the outside linebackers in their system. And again, 3-by-1 receivers. They're going to give it to him the same play again, and he's got a first down.
You and I have called a bunch of Piper games this year. That might be a record for number of running plays in a row, for sure this season. But it's been effective, so let's give credit where credit's due. Offensive line is doing a great job.
Balderas made that tackle as well. Here's a reverse by Lacombe. They've got him pinned.
Yeah, we got a holding flag.
And there is a flag.
Yeah, we were bragging on those offensive linemen, making great blocks and close to holding. Well, it was holding this time.
It was this time.
That'll move back.
See if we can. Yep. So the hold was at the 31, so it should go 10 yards back from the line of scrimmage or from that spot.
Old coaches say you should run a play like that to your own bench. You're likely to get the holding called not called if it's on your side. I don't know if that's true or not, but
I wouldn't argue with that one for sure. So now it is 1st and 20 from the 39. They were at the 29. 3-by-1 receivers. Gaitan gets him to jump. There's a snap. They blow the whistle. If there's contact, they have to blow the whistle, right?
Yes, you're correct.
And I'm pretty sure they all got into an offensive lineman.
Yeah, you just got to show some discipline. You know, you want to make a play as a defensive lineman, but you cannot go on the other team's snap count.
Right. Still 3-by-1. Offensive line looking back to Gaitan. Now he sets them. Play clock at 15. Game clock at 10:55 of the second. 14-7. Piper on top. Gaitan checks the coaches and they say go. Gaitan across the middle. Completed pass. That looks like Lacombe. And he makes a catch inside the 10. He beat his man on an in cut, and
yeah, that's the second time they brought him in the middle there to not just to be one-on-one.
They called holding again. The flag's out here.
Yes.
Did you see it?
Yeah, I didn't see the holding. I see the penalty now. But what a really good throw and catch by Piper, but it'll come back. Still first down, so we're running some clock here and not using too many downs.
So instead of the 39, we're at the 44, so it's 1st and 25. Three-by-one receivers. Hopper now beside Gaitan as two of the receivers have a brief conversation. Gaitan rolls, has a man in the middle. That looks like the Diamond, Cade Diamond, and the ball came out.
Yeah.
He thinks he's down, but I think that's a fumble, and I think that Jay got it.
The refs have made their mind up. That was a nice catch, but this is a second turnover.
There you see the replay. Put a helmet on the ball, and it came loose before he hit the ground, so it is a turnover. And Jay has the ball, stopping Piper again.
Right, we haven't seen Piper punt, but we've seen them turn the ball
twice.
Over, once on a fumble and once on an interception. And that's been the way that Jay has stayed in this game, and they're playing really well right now. You know, their defense is having some trouble, but you know, the holding calls have hurt Piper, but those are, you know, that's cheating. You can't hold.
Right.
Defense likes to have a free turn to making a tackle, so we'll see how Jay responds now to their second chance to.
And our Piper coaches have warned our defense and everybody, stay close to their huddle on the field because they may just jump out. But the ball's clear over there, so they call another timeout. So Jay has called a timeout. 10:14 to go in the second quarter. This is the Warriors Network.
I've seen a lot of Texas out on the open road, from up in Amarillo down to San Antonio. No matter where I travel, one thing remains the same. Everybody loves Ford here in the Lone Star State. Ford is the best in Texas.
This game is brought to you by your Texas Ford dealers. Ford is the best in Texas.
So Jay uses their second timeout of the first half.
A little trickery here.
And sends only a center to the line, two backs beside the quarterback, and there's a run up the middle and says no. Bennett King says no, thank you.
They didn't really have an answer when Piper didn't put enough people out there to that huge pile of folks that they put to the high side of the field. They're trying it again.
Well, they're going to do it again. 4 offensive linemen
so
and a receiver.
They send 5 out there against those 5. So really, it's crazy, but Piper has the field well defended right now.
Sure. They've got one guy to block, and there's basically 5 defenders in the box. Now it's an option, and the quarterback will be tripped up after a short gain. That's Bennett King again.
Let's see how hard-headed they are. I want to try it again. The trick play hasn't worked. Trick formation hasn't worked for them because Piper, well coached and well prepared. They must have seen that on film.
Yeah.
I have not seen that in my film study, but Piper was completely ready for that. They didn't use a timeout. Their kids knew exactly where to line up.
So some subs come in for Piper as Lacombe is back in at linebacker. This time it's a 3-by-1 receiver set. Oliver beside Wellington. Oliver blocks. Wellington rolls to his left, throws against his body over the top for Gutierrez, and he caught it. And there's a big play for Jay as they threaten to score again and tie this game up. They'll mark him out at the 20 after a gain, goodness sakes, of 39 yards.
You know, we talked earlier about strength of schedule and maybe one district being way better than the other. Number 10 for Jay, quality receiver. He can go get the ball when it's not thrown perfectly, and he has some juice after he catches it too. So he's going to be somebody they're going to have to stop.
Yeah, he's pretty quick. 24 receptions, 631 yards, 27 yards of reception is his stat. So he's in the slot now as they've got a 2-by-1. Handed off to, no, the quarterback kept it and goes down as that's basically a sack, and that's Raja Lopez.
Yeah, looked like the quarterback was trying to truly read the option. He should have handed that ball up. Easy for me to say up here in the booth, you know, but if he's going to run that play, he's got to read it right because there's nobody blocking for him if he keeps it.
They have a tight end on their roster or their spreadsheet, and he's just an extra blocker, just in case anybody's been watching and asking.
Now they go empty.
Now they go empty with 3-by-2. Wellington to throw. Quick throw. Has a man for the end zone. And he gets bumped, and there's a flag.
3 flags.
I think that's the younger brother. I think that's Wallace Wellington he threw to.
I feel the defensive back's pain on that. You throw it short, and then the guy comes back to make a play.
Here's the replay. And we're going to see it again.
Yeah.
That's Rice on coverage. And, the
just a tough play.
Receiver
just
stops.
A tough play,
The receiver stops, and you're still running.
You're still covering the man that stops, so you run into him.
So it's 1st and goal now from the 7 for the J Mustangs as they're trying to score this game up with 7:41 to go in the second and tie the score at 14 all if they do put one in here.
Empty backfield again.
Same 3-by-2 set. Wellington looks to the sideline. Now goes up and gets under center. Want to run a quarterback sneak. This time he gets a couple of yards to the 4. Whoa, to the 3.
Yeah, rather than jump and change gaps when they see the quarterback come under, they slanted toward him. So, I mean, they gained some yards, but they made a pretty good defensive play there.
So a 4-yard gain makes it 2nd and goal now from the 3. We bring some beef back into the middle of that defensive line.
96. Yeah.
So 2nd and goal from the 3. Hand off to Oliver. He got tripped at the line of scrimmage by King. Fell forward to the 2, so a gain of 1. It'll be 3rd and goal now from the 2.
Looks like they're going to do a wildcat play, or they bring 24 in, their best defensive player, or the one that with the most tackles anyway. So he's going to be an extra blocker, maybe the ball carrier.
Kyle Jackson listed as a backup tailback.
Yeah, the tailback for that play was really deep, like the old style, so you can read the hole really well. So this is another situation where the tailback's pretty deep.
Short snap to Cardenas, the fullback, and he's into the end zone.
Let's watch that again. Nice series of plays for Jay.
Yeah, that's Cardenas, the fullback, who was down. Now he was the back guy.
Yeah, I think the quarterback might have kept that.
I think it was Cardenas, though, 34, that ran it in.
Ran the touchdown? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, we're going to have a tie score here if they can kick the extra point.
So Victor Baldwin comes in. No. Irvin Roses comes for the extra point. Baldwin is the holder. Snap good, hold down, kick up, and through the uprights. So we're tied at 14 all, 6:19 to go in the second quarter. We'll be back after this timeout as the Warrior Network is streaming for you on the NFHS Network tonight.
How they ever gonna find us? Shipwreck on the mountain.
Rubberneck and all the outlaws. It's who we wanna be. Belly up and just fake it. And two-step over 80. So we can hope to be someone someday.
Jay will kick off as we're back at Northside Stadium.
Correct me, were we 14-0 at one point?
We were, yeah.
So now it's 14-14. So
Right.
Jay did not have playoff jitters. They said, we're here to play, and we're tying it back up, and we're going to make this a ball game. Piper needs to now the momentum seems to be all on Jay's side. Piper needs to do something here on offense to maintain control of the football.
Come on, what's momentum? It's still a tie score. It's not like they have the lead or anything. High end over end kick, fielded by Lancaster at the 7. Straight up the middle, he gets out to about the 25 before he's wrapped up by a couple of blue jerseys and put down on the ground. Looked like that was Jackson, one of their linebackers, that helped on the tackle. It was.
Yeah, 34 may have been shook up there for Jay. It looks like he's holding his shoulder, shoulder or forearm. Hope he gets to come back.
So here comes Piper. 3-by-1. Hopper behind Gaitan, who's gone the whole way. Played a quarter and a half. Fake to Hopper. Steps up in the pocket. Flips it too high for Lacombe. So missed a wide open receiver there.
Yeah, they had a good scheme here about 12 yards deep, but the receiver got tangled up with the linebacker and the safety. So Gaitan had to go somewhere else, and he had Lacombe on a crossing route late.
Just
but
threw it too
incomplete.
high.
Yeah.
So 2nd and 10 now from the 25. 2-by-2 receivers. They jump. Gaitan throws it across the middle. That's Grindstaff. Makes a nice catch kind of behind him, but reaches up and grabs it. Then gets brought down at the 46-yard line. So a gain of 21.
Now they're going to
tackle
go fast.
by Skelton. So 2-by-2 receivers on 1st and 10 from the 46. Gaitan will check the sideline as they didn't jump on that clap. Play clock still at 20 and counting down. Gaitan fakes to Hopper. In crashes in. He sees an open man and throws it over his head again. So that again intended for Lacombe, but too tall.
Yeah, they haven't had a sack on him, but the defensive line is starting to affect his throws.
I agree.
Yeah.
54, Braylon Worley, a junior, has 3 sacks on the season, but he's the one coming off the right edge over here. 3-by-1 receivers. He says something to Hopper, turns around, says it again, gives it to Hopper, straight up the middle. Hopper gets about 6, so it'll be 3rd and 4 from their 48-yard line. There is something that's been open constantly. Their second level's better that time, making a stop. 3-by-1. They jumped again.
Penalty.
Gaitan.
That'll be a first down.
He and Lacombe just can't connect. That's the 3rd pass that he's thrown Lacombe's way, and then he knew he had a free play, so I'm not going to blame him for that one. But
it's as if Lacombe is making a few extra moves to get open, and then Gaitan is not anticipating that. But
that was just a fade on the sideline. Yeah, he just missed him because I don't think he thought it would matter.
Right.
Because he knew he had a first down at the 43. So 1st and 10, 3-by-1, 3-by-2 empty backfield receivers. They want to blitz both linebackers.
Yeah, they kind of showed their hand. That's the offensive scheme with that clap, the dummy clap.
Right.
To see you can kind of call the defense if you know what you're doing.
They don't. He throws it to the flat, and Lancaster gets hit by the linebacker Baldwin, Victor Baldwin, who's their punter.
Nice
he
play
came up
there.
and put a lick on him on a.
Yeah. When the ball's thrown behind the line of scrimmage, you know, I'll be an aggressive, mean defensive coach here. But when the ball's thrown behind the line of scrimmage, there is no pass interference. You can just go tag the guy. You know, you can put a big hit on him, and that's what he did that play.
So 2nd and 10, again empty. They think they're going to blitz again. They try or bluff it. That time it was Baldwin that was bluffing from the slot.
Yeah, if they blitz that backer, they're going to have to bring coverage over here to defend one of these open receivers.
What are we doing here?
Delay of game on, or maybe they call timeout.
So they called a timeout. We'll take
Yes.
it with them. This is the Warriors Network.
This game is brought to you by your Texas Ford dealers. Ford is the best in Texas. This game is brought to you by your Texas Ford dealers. Ford is the best in Texas.
I've seen a lot of Texas out on the open road. From up in Amarillo down to San Antonio. No matter where I travel, one thing remains the same. Everybody loves Ford here in the Lone Star State. Ford is the best in Texas.
2nd and 10 from the 43. Give it to Hopper straight up the middle. He's got some room, avoids a tackler, spins away from another, and gets nearly a first down. I think they're going to give it to him at the 33. Individual effort on his part that time.
Yeah, he made somebody miss and then got the first down. That's a huge play for Piper.
So 2-by-2 receivers now. Hopper as an H-back off the right tackle. Gaitan wants to roll to the right, has good protection, throws across the middle. The ball caught by Lancaster, and he's into the end zone. Wow. Just like that.
You know, they go to Lacombe, they go to the other receiver, number 4, and then you wonder when they're going to hit Lancaster. When they do, it's a touchdown. So Gaitan playing well in this first half. He's had one turnover, and then they lost a fumble, and that's probably why the score is so close. But Jay's hanging in there, playing pretty good defense when they when they get a little pressure on the quarterback. That's when they're playing well.
Lopez on for the extra point. And his first successful kick of his only kick tonight. 21-14. Piper back up by a score on the Warriors Network.
It's just like football. One guy goes out of play, the next guy comes in, and they're ready to go.
They had to work as a team, which is part of their name. It's Team SRAM.
The goal is really to come out of the experience with meeting your goal, which is selling the house for the most money, and having that lifelong relationship that gives value to both of us.
As we're back for Piper to kick off, let's thank again our camera people, Aiden, Brandon, and Brian, doing a great job bringing you these images tonight of this exciting first-round playoff game at Northside Stadium. The Warriors lead at 21-14. The kickoff bounces at the 1 and into the end zone, and they're not even looking at it this time. And if that ball checks up, then it's a free ball, and we go get it and get a free one.
Play.
That is, they have to be coached better than that. They have to know
Yeah, they're
that.
standing at the 15,
right,
hoping the kick is short. And when it's over their head, they're assuming it's going to get into the end zone. But somebody ought to check that.
Yeah, you'd think that they would know better, but in any event, they'll come out to the far hash at the 25, 1st and 10. Tajari Wellington, the senior quarterback, throwing for about 100 yards a game. He's got 8 touchdown passes and 9 rushing. 2-by-2 receivers now. Motion continues. Now 3-by-1. That's his brother. Now motion behind him again, trying lots of eye candy. They give it to Oliver up the middle, and no way that works.
I didn't see Piper move at all. When all that motion and stuff. They didn't. So if Jay gains some knowledge from that, so they can run another play, I'll be interested to see that. You know, the wind is picking up now. We've got a whole different thing that may be affecting Jay's play calling.
Yeah. Michael Bust, Potts, and Wells, the front 3 starters. Utah Strawn has also lined up at a defensive tackle or defensive end spot here in the first half. I think he did it last week as well. He wants to throw, has pressure, does Wellington. Now he's got a man in the middle. It's his brother Wallace, and he fumbled. And they didn't say he was down, so I don't know.
I don't know who's got the ball here.
They're going to call it incomplete.
Call it incomplete.
That's probably the best call you could come up with.
Yeah, the refs need to be more demonstrative on that call.
I think they wanted to make sure they each had the same thing, and I don't mind that at all. But 2nd down and 9 now after the incomplete pass. 3rd down and 9, pardon me.
3rd down and 9.
Yes.
You're right. The quarterback's going to get his steps in coming to the sideline for every play.
Without a doubt. So now 2 receivers near side, 1 to the far. Tight end on the right. Wellington takes the snap, rolls to the right. Pressure coming from the left. He lofts it up for Gutierrez, and he makes a catch in between 2 defenders. That was Raja Lopez, and it was also Rice, and he was in between them, and he just said, "This ball's mine," and he went up and got it. Boy, what a catch.
That's not a couple of weak DBs that he went up against that. He's a quality receiver.
Without a doubt.
He's one of those guys that you say, he's not covered. Give him a chance.
So 1st and 10 from the Piper 29 on the nice pass play of almost 50 yards, 40 yards, actually.
They brought a tight end in that time, and all he did was stay in and block, but that was a good play on their part because it gave the quarterback time to throw deep. So Jay getting a chance to get back on here. We got 3 minutes left in this half. They need to finish this half with a score to keep up with Piper.
I think they just called a timeout, did the Jay Mustangs. We're going to keep this one here. There's 3:01 left in the quarter. It's 21-14. The scenario is Piper scored twice. Then they had 2 turnovers, and each time Jay scored following that turnover. Now Piper scores, and Jay's trying to answer to stay even.
You know, is there anybody that's not tired of some old coach like me saying turnovers make the difference? But it really, this game, it looks like Piper's just up and down the field, you know, doing whatever they want to. But we got a close ball game. Those turnovers are devastating.
But you and I are in agreement with this, probably because we're both very old. But you take 100 high school games, and the team that wins the turnover battle wins 90% of them.
Sure,
I don't think there's any doubt that that's a stat that's active.
Well, I worked for a guy here in the San Antonio area, and we stressed turnover, trying to make turnovers happen on defense.
Right.
And there was 15 minutes or 20 minutes a week where everybody that was ever going to touch a football was trained on how to make sure he wasn't going to lose it. So those are huge factors, and Jay's taking advantage of it now. They got a chance to tie this up in the first half.
Their head coach is Gary Gutierrez. Two-by-one set. They give it to – now he keeps it this time. He comes to the far side. Gets hit pretty good by Springer. But he gets, what's that, 5 yards to the 24. So 2nd and 5. as the clock continues to run with 2:40 to go now, and they're huddle up. The quarterback on the sideline getting the play from 3 different offensive coaches. The head coach is one of them. 2 offensive coaches to either side. So now as the clock goes under 2.5, they send 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far, clear outside the numbers. Wellington. He's going to get sacked, but he gets away from Lacombe. And the ball's tipped and picked off. Rice got the tip. So Piper comes up with their own turnover, and that'll help them as they thwart the J drive here in the closing minutes of the first half.
So you call that almost interception, almost touchdown, interception.
Yeah, you said that's going to be intercepted. Then it's tipped.
Yeah.
And it was on the tip.
Well, he did a great job of getting away from the pass rush, and I thought he was going to make a superb play here to end this half, but now Piper has got the ball back, and they've got plenty of time to go do something with it. 2 minutes
and a timeout on their pocket. Lacombe, no, that's Gateman. Gates Brightman, I should say. 2 receivers near side, 1 to the far, 2 backs in the backfield. One of them is Hopper. One of them is probably Lancaster. Fake to Hopper. Gaetan throws it late for Hopper on the sideline. He avoids a tackler, stays in bounds. He's on the far sideline, running up the sideline across midfield to about the 40-something. They'll mark him at the 44. So a big gain, and he's out of bounds, stopping the clock with 1:55 to go.
He's a quality receiver, and he's running a route that we call a rail or wheel out of the backfield. That's really hard for a linebacker to cover him. They should be screaming and hollering when they see somebody.
And there is time for a break on the field. So we'll take it with him. The Warriors Network is streaming for you tonight on the NFHS Network.
This game is brought to you by your Texas Ford dealers. Ford is the best in Texas. This game is brought to you.
I've seen a lot of Texas out on the open road. From up in Amarillo down to San Antonio. No matter where I travel, one thing remains the same. Everybody loves Ford here in the Lone Star State. Ford is the best in Texas.
Back at Northside Stadium, the Warriors are up 21-14. Came up with an interception just a couple of minutes ago, and with 1:55 left in the half, they're already across midfield at the J44. They're in a 3-man front now. Fake to Hopper, and then Lancaster let a ball go off his hands. He had it, and he turned before he secured it.
Yeah, that doesn't happen very often to him. So
no, not at all.
You notice number 10, Gutierrez for Jay, is playing corner, and he's their best receiver tonight anyway, and
right.
Surely for the season he's got the most yards. So don't be surprised if you see Piper kind of picking on him to see if he's kind of out of gas catching all those balls.
3 receivers near side. They fake it to Hopper, and then he throws it incomplete.
I think he was trying to
stop it, but it came out of his hand, so it's 3rd and 10 on the incomplete pass. It's unfortunate there that wasn't ruled a fumble.
Yes.
Because it can be, the Tom Brady rule.
They've stayed with traditional 4 wide receivers. They brought 80 in as an H-back and sometimes wide out, but now they got 4 guys that can go deep.
Brightman, Lancaster, and Grindstaff.
Oh, what a play.
He got sacked. Oh, my gosh, he got hit hard, and that's Victor Baldwin, one of the linebackers, kind of a safety linebacker.
So well timed, too. You draw that up on the let's watch the replay. He's coming from a long way away.
And he's coming from the slot, basically, and he timed it, and he came untouched. The tackle didn't even see him, and we're just lucky that
Gaitan's still in the
Gaitan
game.
still has the
You know,
ball.
I think that's one of those in the NFL that probably would have been called because you're tackling too low or something. But that's not a penalty in high school football.
Yeah, I thought he got him more in the midsection, though. Kind of knifed him right in the gut. So
But
that's 4th and long. You got a punt, don't you? Clock's running, less than a minute to go. Play clock runs out, so they take that.
Call timeout. Or maybe they're
No,
just
they
going
don't.
to punt. Why was the clock?
It's a delay of game.
Okay. Yeah.
So with a minute to go, they'll punt from their own 44. Carter Norseworthy, the senior, with a 41-yard average on just about 20 punts this season.
That blitz right there was the best defensive play of the half, kept this 21-14 score for us.
Right. Hopper's in there. Norseworthy, good snap. Plenty of time. Low line drive, kind of going to bounce a little bit. They won't want to touch it. It'll roll just inside the 10 to the 9. And that's where it'll be down with 48 seconds to go in the first half. As the J offense comes out and the Piper defense comes out, the question is, will they try and run something?
You know, I'm just not sure right now what the field position sort of limits their chances, and they don't want to do anything dumb and give Piper another chance in this half. So, you know, they would love some more points, but they're going to be pretty happy with 21-14 right now.
So 3 receivers on the near side, 1 on the far. Hand to Oliver. He tries to wiggle a little bit, then gets picked up and put down on a decent tackle after a 5-yard gain.
I wonder if Lacombe, number 2 for Piper, is having a little trouble with the nagging injury he's had all season. He's not in there on first down, and he comes in when it's a passing situation. I'm not sure if he's trying to protect that injury just a little bit.
Looks like the play clock is 1 second longer than the game clock, so they don't have to snap another play. So that should be the final play of the first half. It'll be 21 for Piper, 14 for Jay, and we'll go. Well, he's coming in a hurry, but the game clock's like at 3 seconds now.
Not going to make it.
No, not at all. There's the game clock, zeros. I don't understand. Somebody wasn't paying attention to the clock.
Yeah, they missed that by a couple of seconds.
Yeah, so it is halftime. 21-14, Piper up by a score.
Wait a minute now. The coaches are signaling to the referee that we're gonna get another try. Don't know why you'd want it. You're going to try to get the whole field on one play. You got 91 yards to go.
How do they get another second?
I'm not sure how that worked.
Because the game clock was longer than the play clock. Yeah. So they're going to take a knee. And we did all that so he could take a knee?
I'm not sure about that.
That's like gamesmanship almost. I don't understand that at all. Anyway, we are at the half. It's 21-14, Piper on top. And this is the Warrior Network tonight, streaming for you on the NFHS Network.
This game is brought to you by your Texas Ford dealers. Ford is the best in Texas. This game is brought to you by your Texas Ford dealers. Ford is the best in Texas.
You're already flying, heaven's on the horizon, sun through the windshield is shining, painting everything gold. Life is all about timing, love is wild and blinding, every road is winding, so let the good times roll. it's who we wanna be. Belly up and just fake it, and two-step over 80, so we can hope to be someone someday.
People hire realtors for many reasons. It could be they're sweet, they're funny, you know, it's a new family member or friend that's getting into the business and they want to support them. At the end of the day though, until you get their house sold, it just doesn't matter.
We thought our house would take 3 to 4 weeks selling.
Our home sold in 2 days.
We had multiple offers within 24 hours. We were shocked. We did not expect that at all.
2 quick days.
Hey Piper Nation, I'm Dr. Daniel San Martin, your neighborhood board certified orthodontist. My family and I live here in Kinder Ranch and I have been proudly building Confident Smiles since 2012. We're excited to say that our new office is now located on Borgfeld Road. At San Martin Orthodontics, I personally see every patient at every appointment, and I'm the only doctor you'll see throughout your entire treatment. If your family needs orthodontic care, we'd love to earn your trust with a complimentary consultation. We hope to see you soon, and go Warriors!
It's just like football. One guy goes out of play, the next guy comes in, and they're ready to go.
They had to work as a team, which is part of their name. It's Team SRAM.
The goal is really to come out of the experience with meeting your goal, which is selling the house for the most money, and having that lifelong relationship that gives value to both of us.
We would also like to recognize our amazing Piper cheer. Your Piper varsity cheerleaders are under the direction of Susie Mansfield with assistance from Darla Doka. Cheerleader of the week is Liz Sear. Music for the Legacy's dance team was provided by your two-time UIL state marching competitors, Piper High School Band of Warriors. this amazing season for our Warriors with the playing of our fight song, Hail to the Warrior.
Hey Piper Nation, I'm Dr. Daniel San Martin, your neighborhood board certified orthodontist. My family and I live here in Kinder Ranch, and I have been proudly building confident smiles since 2012. We're excited to say that our new office is now located on Borgfeld Road. At San Martin Orthodontics, I personally see every patient at every appointment, and I'm the only doctor you'll see throughout your entire treatment. If your family needs orthodontic care, we'd love to earn your trust with a complimentary consultation. We hope to see you soon, and go Warriors!
It's just like football. One guy goes out of play, the next guy comes in, and they're ready to go.
They had to work as a team, which is part of their name. It's Team SRAM.
The goal is really to come out of the experience with meeting your goal, which is selling the house for the most money, and having that lifelong relationship that gives value to both of us.
The Phillies dance team officers are Lieutenant Colonel Ariana Flores, Lieutenant Colonel Paula Arribiega, Colonel Sofia Poit. Phillies of the week are Sofia Poit and Ariana Flores. The Phillies dance team and the Silver Spurs Pep Squad are performing a halftime routine to Bruno Mars Grenade. first event is under the direction of Frank Wester, Maurice Roberts, Justin Lynn, and Jason Niebuhr. The singer's first.
Hi, my name is Tammy Williams. I'm the principal at Rebecca Creek Elementary, and I'm excited to share with you guys the new Raptor visitor check-in system that we used this last year, and everybody gets to try it coming this fall. So our visitors that came to Rebecca Creek had the option of checking in at the front kiosk that was in our vestibule and our foyer. Yours might be in a different spot. But when they came to check themselves in, they used their driver's license and they scanned that in order to start the process to check in. Our front desk loved it because they got the option to be prepared for the visitor and get the badge so when the visitor came in, they could welcome them into our school. The kiosk in our vestibule uses that same Raptor technology platform that we use in our office. So we still feel safe when we have visitors coming into our campus, that they've been screened exactly the way they would when they're in front of us at the desk. One of the new systems we're implementing this year with the Raptor Safe check-in system at our kiosk is parents are able to download a Raptor app at home. At home, you can scan your identification into the app to make it easier for your check-in. It's a much easier process, and we're really excited to get that rolling out this year. Visitors have the option to use the Raptor Safe app when they check into the kiosk, or they can use their identification card. You have the choice. Campuses will have office personnel on hand to assist anyone with their Raptor entry. We're really thrilled to start this new program and let every campus experience what we did last year. You're gonna love it.
My name is Nicole Gonzalez, and I am the proud principal of Mayfair Elementary. We are so excited to open up our doors next month and to welcome all of our mountain lions. As you can see, I am standing in the beautiful library of Mayfair Elementary, which will be the heart of our school. The building is progressing beautifully. The classrooms are coming along. There's so much room for collaboration, innovation, and engagement within our building. So many details have been put into the architecture of the building, including all of the blue hues and waterways that New Braunfels naturally brings. We are so excited to see all of our mountain lions next month on the first day of school on August 19th. We cannot wait to see students fill our hallways and our classrooms with joy and excitement for learning and for building that mountain lion school pride.
In the heart of every warrior beats the spirit of excellence. It's not just about the music or the game. It's about the legacy we leave behind. Excellence isn't given. It's earned through leadership. We lead by example, with grit, pushing ourselves to the edge and beyond. Every note played, every step taken is a testament to our strength. We are a team, bound by the same drive, the same passion, to build an empire of warriors, forged by those who dare to rise above the rest. The question is, do you have what it takes to be a warrior?
You're already flying, heaven's on the horizon, sun through the windshield is shining, painting everything gold. Life is all about timing, love is someone someday.
We're back at Northside Stadium. It's been a long halftime, folks. We've been talking about all kinds of things. But one of the fun things is being here at Northside is the crowd's pretty good. Piper's got a decent crowd on the visiting side, and Jay's got a good crowd on the home side with the band and the cheerleaders and everything doing everywhere. Both teams have come out of their halftime locker rooms, and I think we're about ready to go. Jay, who deferred, will receive the second half kickoff. They will have the wind at their back mostly here in the third quarter, while the kickoff will be into the wind. We'll see how far it travels. And it'll go out of bounds. Not a good job by Logan Lopez.
Let's see if they make them re-kick. That could be a big advantage if they can get a return here, because he's probably not able to get it into the end zone from the 30-yard line. Let's see what they do.
30 or 35.
They're going to take the ball on the 30.
Well, I thought it was
line.
30.
Yeah.
No, they're going to say 35.
No,
30.
30.
Yeah. Sticks are going.
I would have made them re-kick, but I'm up here and they're down there, and that's their job. So
yeah,
they're trying to win a playoff game. They don't care what I think.
In any event, here comes Tajari Wellington. Two receivers to either side. Now a 3-by-2, empty backfield. Wellington by himself. Motion comes. He gives it to, is that Gutierrez coming this way, and he'll get about 4 yards, maybe 3, depending on where they spot it.
Yeah, he had to run about 50 yards to gain those 4. He would rather, I'm pretty sure, go one-on-one down the sideline and come down with the ball and get tackled by one guy.
Right.
But, they need those kind of plays. Maybe they can play action off of that and let the quarterback keep it or throw it to somebody else.
We're empty again, and his brother, Wallace Wellington, is out there at receiver again. So he's playing a lot of offense tonight for sure. He's in the slot on the far side. 4-man rush. They twist. Well, and there's a pass that's caught. Wellington just laid it in the breadbasket.
Number 13.
Of a different receiver
Cassiano,
this time.
Jaden
Cassiano, another sophomore. They've got a bunch of young guys. Their running back and 2 of their receivers, their 2 best receivers actually, are sophomores. And that's a gain up to the 32 of Piper. So just like that, the opening possession, Jay is moving the ball, and they stay empty again with a 3-by-2 receiver set. Wellington will check the sideline. And I think it's a go.
We've got a mismatch down here on this 3-receiver side.
Ball comes loose. He picks it up. He now scrambles, throws across, and
they're going to call that incomplete, I believe.
I think they are, yes. Incomplete pass.
I was going to say the quarterback came up and made lemonade out of lemons there, but it's incomplete.
That was Maxwell was the intended receiver, I believe. So again, the play comes in from the sideline as Tajari goes and talks with his coaches and brings it back to the huddle. Play clock at 14 now, running down. Same formation again, 3-by-2, empty backfield. Wellington looks right, now comes left as he scrambles. And he's got somebody in the middle of the field throwing it 1-on-4. There's 4 defenders.
Oh, we've got a lineman downfield, way downfield.
Yeah, he is. But he threw it to Gutierrez, and there were 4 defenders around him.
I will say this: that lineman, he was wide open. You know, he was there. They didn't have a coverage for that.
Problem is, he's ineligible.
That's true. Somebody got confused on there because he knew that was everybody knew that was a pass except that young man that was blocking downfield.
Yeah.
Still second down.
I mean, he was circling, but I don't think he was ever a threat to run, really, because he had his eyes downfield the whole time looking for Gutierrez.
No, but that lineman couldn't have gotten that far down the field if he was going to go block out on a scramble situation. He thought that was a run play.
Right, he did. But it's just 5 yards, so 2nd and 15 now from the 37-yard line. More common formation now, and they hand it off to Oliver, and he gets tackled by Springer in the backfield, and then a whole host of white jerseys come up, and he got back to the line of scrimmage. It's 3rd and 15. Leighton Springer, the junior, came into the game with 90 tackles and 8 for loss. He's had at least 2 for loss today. Michael Bust, you just point to him. I've seen him on the sideline, but I haven't seen him into the game much tonight. Yes, Thor, we haven't seen out here much, and that's one reason that Utah Strong is playing more defensive end.
Yeah, I just watched them swap out some D linemen, and Michael Bust was not one of them.
Right. So 2-by-2 receivers, straight drop. Wellington throws to his inside receiver going across the field. That is Gutierrez, isn't it?
Yeah, you don't normally say great coverage, but number 10 there for Piper.
Yeah, Bennett King.
He's in really good, and that's a long cover.
Right.
It looks like he's not covering very long because it wasn't deep, but he brought somebody all the way across from this low side of the field.
Because he's down here and he goes all the way across.
That's good coverage. It's complete, but the tackle for loss.
So play clock's running at 15 now. They're going to bring the punting unit on, I'm guessing.
It looks like it.
It is, but the play clock's under 5. What is going on?
I don't know.
They're going to take a penalty to back it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, if you're the coach, you can decline it, can't you?
I don't know if that's one of those areas I don't know too much about. If they didn't even look over there, they're trying to decline it. Okay, they can.
Yes, they can.
Well, I learned something. You can
I
decline
know you've been able to in the NFL for a long time. I think it's now NFHS as well. So they'll punt from the 33. No one's deep. Victor Baldwin. Now they bring on they do these. Yeah. He's got very little protection, but enough. He's going to roll out, and he's going to run and get knocked out of bounds for a loss of a couple. If you punt it into the end zone, the ball's at the 20. You run out of bounds at the 35, the ball's at the 35.
Right. They thought they could trick them with that formation.
Yeah,
it didn't work. Piper's got somebody injured on their sideline, though. I think it was number 5, Nosworthy.
Norsworthy?
So, yeah, see what he gets up.
Well, he's up, so we're huddling,
right,
and we're heading out. So ball at the 35. 1st and 10 for Piper. Here comes the J defense. 3-by-1 receivers. Hopper behind Gaitan, who's gone all the way. 9.5 minutes left in the third quarter right now. Sideline check. I think we're good. They give it to Hopper, and he's cut down at the line of scrimmage, and that's Baldwin, the punter.
Yeah, that blitz they used earlier, a while ago, he made a great play to sack the quarterback. This time he's in there to stop the run. He comes from so far away that it's really hard for an offensive lineman to think he's going to be somebody that they have to block. So he's unblocked and make a tackle for loss.
So 3 receivers near side, a tight end on the far. Hopper behind Gaitan. Gets it again. This time he's got blocking. This time he's got room. This time he makes one man miss and then carries another about 5 extra yards. That's a gain of 15 and good enough for a first down for Brady Hopper, the senior running back, who has a touchdown already tonight.
So they're using the tight end to not necessarily get the ball to the tight end, just make Jay have a different formation. They're stopping that blitz off the edge, and they're able to run the ball toward that three-man surface. About a 5-6 yard gain there.
Straight up the middle, he gets 4. It's 2nd and 6 as the middle of the line kind of bottles that one up. Receivers now divide up 2 by 2. Hopper goes to off the tackle.
Watch Hopper on this kind of formation as a pass receiver.
Empty backfield. Jay blitzes a couple. Gaitan gets rid of it. Lancaster looked like he got hit early maybe, but it's incomplete.
Could have been a little early, yeah. We're looking at 3rd down now.
So 3rd and 6. So everybody's in tight again. 2 by 2 with everybody right up against the tackles. 3rd and 6. Gaitan checks the sideline. Some different signs. Here we go. Game clock goes under 8 minutes. Little inside handoff. This is Lancaster coming near sideline. He's got a couple of blockers. Gets first down yardage up to the 36, 35 yard line on a nice little run by Cash Lancaster.
You know, that's one of their staple formations now. They used to early in the season catch people, you know, by surprise, but people ought to be prepared for that and know that Lancaster's quite a runner.
3 by 1. Gaitan looking at the 1, and he misses Lacombe again. Something's going on.
Something's not right on the, you know, because
they're not seeing eye to eye on where Lacombe's supposed to be and where
he's
Gaitan
a really good
throwing it.
Really good receiver, really good quarterback, and they're not able to complete that. So something's wrong in the way they're signaling that in or the way they're reading the defense.
2 by 2 receivers. Hopper behind Gaitan. Play clock goes under 20. Game clock under 7.5 when they snap it. Check of the sideline. Here comes a blitz. Hopper picks it up. Gaitan runs, throws it to Grindstaff, and he's got a first down reception. Tackled
by number 6.
That was Balderas again. Yeah. He's made a lot of tackles tonight.
He's a man cover guy on that, and Lancaster gave him, Grindstaff gave him a great move to the outside and then ran all the way across the field and just in time so Gaitan didn't have to run with it.
So 2 receivers near, 1 far. Fake the handoff to Hopper. He's got some time. Now gets flushed. Now has to scramble. Throws it late and gets it picked off. That's Balderas. And we've seen that a couple times now. He's scrambling and he's got too much juice. He's throwing everything high.
Just trying to make something happen, make a big play, you know.
It just sailed out of his hand.
Yeah, he's trying to throw on the run.
Right over the receiver, which was Lancaster. And still up by only 1 score. Piper now sees Jay with the ball at their own 30-yard line with 6:59 to go in the 3rd quarter. So not quite to the midway point of the 3rd quarter. It's still a 1-score game, and Jay has the ball again. Quarterback goes up under center, and they'll sneak it. And he gets a couple of yards as the defensive line kind of tightens up. Actually, they'll give him 3, so not a bad play on first down, but
you know, in modern football, you don't want to run the ball for 3 yards. That used to be kind of what was called a successful play on first down. But, you know, the quarterback goes under center. It doesn't look like Piper's changing anything the way they line up or what they do. But as the ball is snapped, they're closing those inside gaps. So it's not going to be a huge gain when the quarterback runs that.
You think that's a quarterback call where he sees it and he thinks it's something?
They're probably calling that on the sideline.
Hands it to Oliver, and he is buried. Big guys in there. The defensive line and Springer.
91, too.
Tyler Wells got there first. Tyler Wells, Potts. And it looks like Strawn, the 3 defensive linemen out there right now.
empty backfield. Quarterback hasn't made a whole lot of yards, running the quarterback draw. That would be a good play the way Piper's lined up.
Back to pass. He's got a spy. He lets go of it. And it's a completed pass for a first down. It wasn't Gutierrez this time.
No,
who was
number
that?
13.
13.
Casiano.
Okay.
He was serving a first half suspension for something that happened in the game before,
right.
And he's a starter on defense and has become a big impact player here in the second half for them on offense.
He's made a couple of catches for good gains. Play clock under 5:20 now. Game clock at 15 as he checks the sideline, does Tajari Wellington. The senior gives his receivers a different sign. Piper doesn't adjust too much, but they go back into coverage. He gets pressure. He goes down. Wellington sacked. A loss of almost 7.
You can see just 3 guys getting up from that pile. That was a huge play because they were able to they looked like they were bringing 4, but one of them dropped. So
yeah,
the D-line got to the sack with just 3.
Crazy. 2nd and 17. Ball now at the 35. Clock continues to run. Again, an empty backfield. 3 on the near side, 2 on the far. Again, signals the near side receivers, looks at the outside receivers, takes the snap, looks right, now comes back left. That's Kasari. Makes 1 man miss, 2 man miss. Now gets up and gets tackled by Leighton Springer. The junior doesn't miss him. And a short gain makes it 3rd and about 13.
Yeah, he made about 4 moves to gain those 4 yards.
Right.
Good job by him, but it's just not enough yards on 2nd and so long.
Well, too much pursuit. When you're doing that, everybody's getting closer. So again, empty backfield. They've done this a lot in the second half. Game clock at 3:40 left in the 3rd quarter. Play clock goes under 10 as he signals to his receivers again. Snap at 3, straight drawback. Gets some pressure, gets flush. Springer's got him and puts him down at the 33-yard line.
We gave credit to number 1 for Jay in the first half, those blitzes off the edge, and that play right there by Springer, that's the biggest play on defense so far. This quarter has been, highlighted by defense on both teams. Jay getting the turnover and Piper just playing solid defense. So they've come through, they bailed their offense out.
Yes.
Jay's forced to punt.
So from the 33, it is 4th and what is that? 21.
21. Their punts haven't been great. They'll be lucky to get a first down off the punt.
High, not very deep. Fair caught by Grindstaff at the 35-yard line. So we trade a 30-yard punt. So Piper comes back with the ball from their own 35, and we'll see what they can do offensively in the closing minutes of the 3rd quarter. No one has scored in this quarter. It's still 21-14.
That's the mark of a really good defense. You're playing good when you've got good field position, and but when you can come out there after your offense turns it over and shut the other team out and force them to punt, that's just a huge confidence builder for your offense, that they can still run their stuff and not be afraid to run plays that might cause turnovers.
Let me compliment our people giving you Aiden, Brandon, and Brian giving you these pictures. There's Hopper up the middle. Got a gain of about 5. So he kind of patiently got into that hole and went to the left just enough to get 5 yards out of it, and it's 2nd and 5.
It's runs like that keeps the pass rush from being so devastating, and so they're running the ball to protect their quarterback so he can throw it later.
Gaitan across the middle. There it is, Lacombe. He connects, and Lacombe makes a nice first down gain, clear out to the 40-yard line, 39-yard line of Jay.
They've seen something in their weekly preparation here. Usually 13, the sophomore receiver, big and strong. He goes wide to be one-on-one, but he's caught 4 balls over the middle tonight.
Rolling to the right. Hopper, nice block. He gets hit from behind, but the ball is caught. That is Lancaster, and he's got to gain up to about the 26. That should be enough for another first down, and it is.
I'm not sure what they call that route. They're telling Lancaster line up really wide and just come in the middle and find the open spot and let the quarterback know where you are if he needs you. Big
and
play.
He did.
Big play.
And Gaitan got hit. So 3 receivers all to the far side. Tight end is on this near side. Hopper behind Gaitan, who's had a really good game tonight. Play clock at 10, game clock at 1:44. Straight up the middle, Hopper's got some room and falls forward for a gain of 5 or 6 to the 21, maybe 7. Now it's 6. So we'll call it second down and 4. Their defensive line looks tired to me.
Yeah, Balderas is making tackles. You know, number 6 there. He's all over the field, but he's making tackles that some of the D linemen and other linebackers have to make.
Little flip to Lacombe. He gets caught from behind and dragged down. I think that's Balderas again. No, that's 8.
8, yeah. 3rd and 10.
That's the other. That's Angel Flores, the other linebacker. So 3rd and 10. They lost what they had gained. Hopper checking to what the play is. Grindstaff now asks a question. 2-by-2 receivers, play clock running down. Gaitan to Grindstaff. Nice catch out in the flat. And that'll be good enough for a first down at the 13-yard line.
That's one of those, the ball's in the air.
Balderas with another catch.
Yeah.
How is he on every play? How can he be on every play?
I don't know. They're running it. They're attacking his side, staying away from number 1, I guess.
Straight up the middle, Hopper gets hit at the line of scrimmage and brought down. Wasn't Balderas, though.
Yeah. That's their
Kyle
leading
Jackson,
tackle, Jackson,
and along with Flores.
Yeah. They've been doing Jackson's a really quality player. He leads the team in a number of tackles, and they're doing a really good job blocking him.
So that is the end of the third quarter. We'll take it with him. 21-14, no scoring in the third. It's the fourth quarter, as this is the Warrior Network streaming tonight for you on the NFHS Network.
This game is brought to you by your Texas Ford dealers. Ford is the best in Texas.
I've seen a lot of Texas out on the open road. From up in Amarillo down to San Antone. No matter where I travel, one thing remains the same. Everybody loves Ford here in the Lone Star State. Ford is the best in Texas.
People hire realtors for many reasons. It could be they're sweet, they're funny, it's a new family member or friend that's getting into the business and they want to support them. At the end of the day though, until you get their house sold, it just doesn't matter.
We thought our house would take 3 to 4 weeks selling.
Our home sold in 2 days.
We had multiple offers within 24 hours. We were shocked. We did not expect that at all.
2 quick days.
Gaitan set with 2 receivers near, 1 to the far, Hopper behind him on 2nd and 3. Well, we'll call it 2nd and 4. Snap. He bobbled the snap. He picks it up finally, but it'll be a loss of a couple of yards.
I know that was a fumble, but Jay's doing some pretty good things on defense. They've got an outside blitzer, but that's easy to draw. Then the head coach says, well, who's covering the guy that you just ran away from? So they're rolling their coverage over to make up for that outside backer on the blitz, and been doing a pretty good job of keeping Piper from exploiting that. So we'll see what happens. This is a unique formation because they got big old number 80 out here wide. He's not the deep threat on the outside, so let's see what they do.
What are we messing with here?
Oh, they had an illegal shift, so it's still going to be second down.
Okay.
Or maybe they
declined the penalty and take the play.
Smart.
So it's third, and what is that, 17?
Third and 17.
18, 17 now.
This is a huge play for Jay. If they can keep them out of the end zone or limit them to a field goal, they've done a great job here.
3-by-1 receivers. Gaitan to throw. Across the middle. Catch. And into the end zone almost. The Lacombe will get all the way down to the 1 as he continued to spin away from defenders and to carry defenders with him. Big kid. Big-bodied kid. He can carry some people.
On a talented team full of good receivers, that sophomore is really stepping up. Cast on his probably right hand and everything, and he's doing a really good job of catching the ball over the middle with 2 hands.
So
big play. Wildcat with Lacombe.
2-by-1. Lacombe takes it by himself, and there's a touchdown. And Piper decides to get back in the scoring column and goes up 27-14 with the extra point to come.
Well, that 3rd down and 17 play is giant. They had a chance to, Jay had a chance to close them out and keep the score close. Now we're in the 4th quarter with a 2-score game that Jay has to overcome.
So it was a good decision by the Jay coaches to decline the penalty, but you still make a 3rd and 13.
Yeah.
That's a big play. Or 3rd and 17.
3rd and 17.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
The snap is not a good one. Grindstaff, and that'll be a failed attempt.
Looking at it from a coach's point of view, that might have been some reason why they were going for 2 early in the first half. They've had some snap and holder issues here. So now it's just a 13-point game, which doesn't mean much to the average fan, but coaches have to look ahead. If they do score twice, they don't have to go for 2, and this will be big. Jay has a chance now, even though that they just gave up the touchdown.
Fully agreeing on that one. So Piper comes to kick it off. Lopez does the chore.
The big question for me, can Jay take a kickoff and just march down the field and get their own touchdown without having it kind of handed to them on a turnover? They've made some big plays to make those touchdowns, but it's been short field, so they need to take this ball and go all the distance with it. Otherwise, Piper's going to be in the control in the driver's seat for the 4th quarter.
Lopez puts a toe to it with the wind at his back. This one will sail into the end zone and hit about 5 yards deep, and it'll be a touchback. So the game clock now at 11:08, so a little over 11 minutes to go in the game. Piper now leads at 27-14 after the missed extra point. Now you're asking your defense to come up with another stop to squash any hope right now, is what you want to do.
Haven't seen number 5, the running back for Jay, Oliver. Don't know where he is now. He's in the backfield. There he is.
Yeah, he's been there.
Yeah, I guess they've been empty for a couple of series.
Yeah, yes. Wellington, Oliver, short, gets a couple of yards. I'll mark him at the 27, so a gain of 2. It's 2nd and 8. 48. Cole Weekly, a sophomore, in on that tackle.
41 limping off for Piper there.
Yeah, that's one of the backups. That's Miles Austin.
Maybe playing more than he normally does because we haven't seen much of
Thor.
Thor.
Yeah, you're right. We haven't seen him tonight much.
Maybe he's in there right now.
Here comes a blitz from Springer. Oh, wait a second. No, let me tell you what happened there. The Jay fans are mad. I think their running back did as much of that as
I think so too. And there's no flag on the field, so
that's Lopez. Comes up to make the play. And he hits him. And the running back grabs him and pulls him down.
Yeah.
Yeah, trying to get a flag. Gutierrez in motion to the far side, makes 2-by-2 receivers. Now more motion from young Wellington. Now it's a 3-by-1 set. Wellington's going to keep it. He's running loose. He's got first down yardage. He was going to slide, but decided to go through and got hit. That's Norsworthy.
That's the first time I've seen the quarterback really just turn it upfield and show exactly how much speed he has. Otherwise, before that, he's been looking to try to dump the ball off on a pass. But now, maybe here in the fourth quarter, he said, it's down to me and the clock, so I better do something with it.
Yeah, Norsworthy and Olingen on the tackle, so first down. Drop back, short, looking down the sideline. Coverage by Rice. Looking for Gutierrez, I think.
Yeah, he might be, the perfect coach would say, you got to, after you make good contact, good in the saddle with him, you got to look back for that ball. He might have an interception. Higher levels of football, the question about that being pass interference, but no penalties on the field, so it's
right.
2nd and 10.
So 2nd and 10. Again, the ball at the 38. 3-by-1 receivers. Little screen to his brother Wellington. This is Wallace. Breaks a tackle, then gets that put down by Rice at the 47, a yard shy. That'll make it 3rd and 1. From the 47, they need to get to the 48 for a first down. What do you think? Quarterback sneak?
Well, they've done it. They might be, going to the well too often here. They haven't just gashed them, so
they
we'll
just
see what
brought
he does.
Balderas in. Is he down here on the sideline? No. Keeper by Wellington, and he's going to get a first down carry.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Wellington doesn't carry the ball a lot here in the fourth quarter. He's been kind of a red zone quarterback type where he gets the touchdown after somebody else has done a lot of the hard work. But even out here in the middle of the field, he's decided, I'm not gonna slide. I'm gonna get the first down, and he got the first down the second time here.
I would say that's pretty good camera work. You got to look at him on the sideline, then a sideline view. We got some camera people here. 3-by-1 receiver, straight drop, short drop. He's throwing it high.
He's out of bounds.
He's out of bounds. It won't matter. Casiano, did they throw a flag?
Yes, I disagree with that. Unless he's going to say that he pushed him out of bounds, then the receiver can come back in. Yeah. So if he got forced out of bounds, he's able to come back in and still make the catch.
Well, but he's out of bounds when he caught it, so.
So we'll see what the referees call here. Look like they're talking him out of that penalty.
Well, I don't think that's interference. I think they ran into each other. No foul.
Uncatchable.
Well, it's not uncatchable because it landed in his hands.
Right.
There's a look at it. Now the running back ran out of bounds, or the receiver ran out of bounds. He didn't get forced out of bounds.
Yeah.
Anybody who says he did wasn't watching the play.
Watching the play. But I was wondering why the flag was thrown. I was just assuming that he thought he got pushed out of bounds.
Yeah. 2-by-2 receivers. Now motion from Wallace. They fake it to him. Now he's throwing Casiano across the middle, makes a catch at the 30. If he kept his feet, he could have scored a touchdown, I think.
Right.
So it's a first down at the 30.
Now Jay has a chance to go fast if they want to, but they always bring their quarterback over to get the call. They're not a hurry-up team.
Yeah, still a long time to go, 8 minutes and 20 seconds. So still a lot of football to play here. It's a 2-score game right now, but they're trying to make it a 1-score game. 3 receivers to the far side. He's going to throw it, and it's picked off. That's Oling. He's got it on the far sideline. He's got a couple of blockers. He's got some speed. He cuts it back to the middle. He's got one man to beat, and he brings him down in J territory, and another turnover, the second picked up by the Warriors. Grant Oling, the senior receiver, with his first interception of the season.
Yeah, That's a great play on defense. Jay had, things going their way, and they were completing passes and making first downs. And now Piper can put this in the end zone and kind of seal the deal.
Grindstaff and Lancaster this way. Lacombe on the far sideline. 2 backs beside Gaetan. That is Lacombe and Hopper. So you've got 2 quarterbacks on the field along with Hopper, all on a straight line in the backfield. They give it to Lacombe coming this way. Turns upfield. He'll get a nice gain of 4, maybe 5 yards to the 33.
Lacombe just brings, I'm not sure, he's got a big brace on his shoulder, but he just brings a dimension. You said there's 2 quarterbacks back there. You're exactly right. There's 2 great running backs back there. At a lot of schools, he would be the number 1 running back, or he could be a quarterback at many places too. And let's not forget, he's a really good defensive player.
He's a really good linebacker.
He's a big impact player for Piper.
So 2nd and 6 after the 4-yard gain. They look to the sideline. 2 receivers far, 1 near. They want a blitz. They bring the inside backers. Gaetan flips it to Lacombe, and he falls forward for a couple of more yards. So it looks like the 30, so that'll set up a 3rd and 3 for the Warriors. The game clock runs under 7 minutes.
Yeah, we got an injured player for Jay. He's gonna.
That's why
he got a cramp. He's gonna have to come off the field.
So he came off.
Yeah.
So that clock should restart, shouldn't it?
I guess he came out under his own power. So.
Well, the ball didn't go out of bounds, did it? It was a first down, and that wasn't even first down.
That's first down.
Clock should be running. That's what
what
our
the
coaches are
coaches
talking
are
about
saying.
right now. Why is the clock stopped? Did they call a timeout?
Well, it's one of those gray areas. If that injured player, if he'd have just sat down, the clock would have stopped.
Right.
The referee probably stopped the clock to let him get off the field when he probably shouldn't have.
Okay, we're going to take a timeout. This is the Warriors Network.
It's just like football. One guy goes out of play, the next guy comes in, and they're ready to go.
They had to work as a team, which is part of their name. It's Team SRAM.
The goal is really to come out of the experience with meeting your goal, which is selling the house for the most money, and having that lifelong relationship that gives value to both of us.
We're back at Northside Stadium. Piper ball. It's 3rd and 3 at the 30. Clock had stopped. Then a timeout was called.
You got the feeling that Piper really has the upper hand right now after that turnover. They're able to move the ball.
Right.
They're doing some things really well, and might be the time to start talking about what's going to happen next week. Looks like Piper's going to advance.
If Piper advances, it looks like Flower Bluff is beating McAllen. We know Smithson Valley is winning tonight big. We know Davenport won last night.
We got a score on the New Braunfels part of the bracket, and you can see that. Then we're showing it to you. This is a great graphic. Always wondering who's playing who next and stuff, so you can get a chance to see the scores and the matchups. It's 1 versus 4. On all the odd and even number districts, all down the
Champion
on the line.
and Champion and Southwest, and then New Braunfels is hosting Laredo Nixon, and that's a 2 versus a 3, both of those. All right, so here we go. It is 3rd and 3. We're finally back to action. The clock at 6:38. I'll check the sideline. So the clock was adjusted because we haven't run a play.
Yeah, they knew they needed to fix that.
Yeah, so they did. Everybody in tight. Was Hopper in the middle. That is a great catch by Gates Brightman. Right off the inside man on the hip of the tackle. Straight up the field, and he hit him on the spot.
They're going to stay in this little trick formation. It's 2-by-2 like you keep saying, but it's different because you really got 2 running backs or 3 running backs in there now because they can take those sweep plays.
Right.
And then you still got 4 receivers, so when you think you're going to gear up to stop the run, you better, it's still 2-by-2, and all the things that they can run out of their 2 spread offense, they can run from this formation.
Game clock could go under 6 minutes at the end of this play. Gaitan to Hopper going right, bounces out, goes upfield, a nice gain. That'll be up a good gain probably to about the 12. Clock continues to run. That should be a second down and about 3.
Yeah, Piper has the luxury of not being in a hurry now. Let the clock run down. They can get a score
but they're
because they're in the red zone.
But they're going fast. They look to the sideline. Play clock just under 20 now, so plenty of time. 5.5 in the game. New Braunfels beating Nixon 49-7. That one in the 4th quarter. Little flip. This is Lancaster going right. He's got a couple of blockers in front of him.
First down.
And it's good enough for a first down.
A long time ago, teams would have just one formation, and this would be it.
That was Muchagumba leading along with Lacombe were the 2 blockers out in front of him.
Yeah, the receivers, they pride themselves, or they should on good teams, pride themselves on being good blockers, and Lacombe threw a really nice block there.
So 2-by-1 receivers. Hopper behind Gaitan. Play clock at 20. No one jumps. Game clock goes under 5 minutes to play, so 4:50 right now. Gaitan again goes back with Hopper behind him. There he goes to the corner. Touchdown. Brady Hopper. Second one tonight. 9 for the year.
Yeah, Jay will have to go in hurry up mode now and to get a chance back in this game. That was a big turnover that the defense got for their offense, and then the offense finished it off, using up a lot of clock, running the football, getting another touchdown. Now they're going for 2 to try to get it back to the 7 points for each score kind of math.
Grindstaff in motion. Gaitan to Hopper, spins away, but he's not going to get it. So 33-14, a 19-point lead. Nonetheless, that's a good one with 4:37 left in the game. There's timeout on the field, and this is the Warrior Network streaming for you tonight on NFSH Network.
This game is brought to you by your Texas Ford dealers. Ford is the best in Texas.
How they ever gonna find us? Shipwreck on the mountain, rubbernecking all the outlaws. It's who we wanna be. Belly up and just fake it, and 2-step overrated, so we can hope to be someone someday.
We're back. The kickoff is touched, and the ball's live.
No, he doesn't have to break it out.
He didn't have to bring it out, but he did.
Yeah.
Why aren't we teaching these rules
I'm
on
not sure.
kickoffs?
I'm not sure. Maybe late in the game he's just making something happen.
I'm not talking about any particular team, but we've seen it all year. People don't know what they're supposed to do.
I'm not sure he touched that if he did touch it before it went into the end zone, he may have to bring it out.
He muffed it, so
okay,
he can't.
It wasn't.
He
Yeah,
it
he
wasn't
didn't have it.
It wasn't a secure.
He didn't have it in his
It was
possession.
a muff,
That's
so
right.
it goes. So from the 5, they have 1st and 10. Oliver straight up the middle on a trap play. Ball came out late, picked up by Cassiano.
Yeah, that was a great tackle. And then, this time of game, you can do those kind of things on defense and just go for the strip. And he did strip the ball out. The offensive player was just very fortunate to be there to pick it up.
Right. So back with the play is Tajari Wellington. 3 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near on an empty backfield. 1st and 10, game clock at 4:04 and running. Wellington has some pressure, throws it to the near sideline. It's incomplete. Orozco, the intended receiver, he shouldn't have caught that because not when the clock stops.
That's right.
And it's 2nd and 10. Same empty backfield. 2 receivers near side. Snap. His brother catches this one.
They've rehearsed that before.
Yeah, you think? You think they've done it over and over again through the years. So 1st down yardage on the play. Game clock at 3:40 and running. Same empty backfield. We send an extra block or an extra blitzer.
Yeah, they started with just a 3-man rush, but the linebacker inserted late, and
that goes
he was
incomplete.
enough to put pressure on the quarterback. So we got it incomplete. We got 3rd and 10. This
Second,
is kind of
2nd and 10.
2nd and 10.
Because they had a 1st down. Yeah.
2nd and 10.
Clock stops at 3:32 after a second incomplete pass. Tajari comes back to the huddle after getting the play from his coaches. 3 receivers go to the far side, 1 to the near, and he's got a back in the backfield beside him to his left. Straight pass, rolling left. He's going to run it, and he gets tackled. Who hit him first? 11,
yeah,
Spencer.
11 and 49. 49 is not even on our 2 teams.
He's not on the depth.
Yeah,
he's not. That's Huston Weekly.
Great job by Huston Weekly stepping in there. Not on the depth chart as one of the guys planned on getting a lot of playing time, but he's had a good game here in the 1st round of the playoffs.
Without a doubt. Rolling right, looking, throws across his body, and I think it's caught.
Yes.
Orozco comes up with a catch. It's short of a 1st down. It's near the 40-yard line. Clock continues to run at 2:40 to go.
Nice defensive play there by number 5. He kind of thought he had the ball.
Was trying to get the ball away. Yeah, that's what you do. So it is 4th down and 2. How's it 4th? That should be 3rd, shouldn't it?
Should be 3rd down. We got 2nd down over here. Now it's 4th down on both of them.
Yeah, it's 4th. I'm sorry. Yeah.
He didn't get there.
He didn't get there. Quarterback tried it himself, and he didn't get there.
Yeah, the one time it didn't work tonight was the time they needed it the most. So
right.
Piper takes over with 2 minutes to go and 13-point lead. Excuse me, is that right? No.
19-point lead.
19-point lead.
33-14. And if my math is right, other than the 2-minute timeout, they could run this out.
Yes. That 2-minute
timeout
does throw some new strategy in there for defenses and offenses, both trying to protect their timeouts.
Lacombe and Hopper on either side of no, it's Lions in at quarterback.
Yeah, they brought their whole second.
And it's 12 and 34 beside him. Josh Smith. gets the carry, going to the right, gets a couple of yards, maybe 2 to the 39.
There's our 2-minute timeout.
And there's our 2-minute timeout. That'll be the final timeout we take tonight. We'll take it with him here as the Warrior Network tonight is streaming for you on the NFHS network.
It's just like football. One guy goes out of play, the next guy comes in, and they're ready to go.
They had to work as a team, which is part of their name. It's team, SRAM.
The goal is really to come out of the experience with meeting your goal, which is selling the house for the most money, and having that lifelong relationship that gives value to both of us.
We're back to Northside Stadium. Piper with a 2nd and 8 after the 2-minute warning. Lions. And a nice carry that time by Mario Cardenas, the junior, with his 20th carry of the season. Makes a 3rd and about 5 now from the 36. Clock runs. My guess is they'll take as much of the 35 seconds they can.
They should, or maybe they're just trying to get these young players, some carries and some of the blockers some blocking. So, it's playoff football. They've got to get ready for next week with their backups too.
.34 is Caleb Sumter. Pardon me. And Sumter makes a nice carry this time. I thought he stayed in bounds as he hit the ground and gets first down yardage. He gives way to Jack Norrisworthy, a sophomore. Is that 35 or 36? Can you tell?
Let me see.
He's on the right of Lions.
36.
That is Jack Norrisworthy. Gets the carrier up the middle. Game clock now at 40 seconds and continues to run. We'll have to run one more play on 2nd down as they continue to let some of these guys get their runs. Got some different linemen out there. A couple of the same, but 1 or 2 of the same maybe. So Lions with Diamond being, this is going to be the victory formation. And Lions takes a knee, and that'll be the ball game.
Should be it.
So again, our thanks to the National Federation of High School Network as they bring our players at the game. We called Carson Lacombe on offense and Bennett King on defense. Piper will face Flower Bluff. They beat McAllen 45-7 tonight. So that will be the chore for the Piper Warriors as they will take on Flower Bluff. The place, the location, the time of all of that will be given out probably early next week when we figure it out, when the coaches figure it out.
Right.
You've been a part of that.
It's always fun to, who's next and where we're going to go, and then, maybe a different stadium we've never been to before. But let's give credit to the J Mustangs. They played a great game against a really good team that sort of exploded after a loss to Bernie Champion last week. So Piper's going to be a handful for anybody in these playoffs, and John Jay was certainly worthy to the task to play them.
And this is the road to the UIL State Championship presented by your Texas Ford dealers. Next week, Piper takes on Flower Bluff. And again, we'll find out more information in the days ahead. So we will be there with the Warriors Network. So for Brad Lynn, this is Tony Brubaker saying good night and God bless. Congratulations to Piper as they advance to the second round with a 33-14 win over Jay. Good night, everyone.